And Hillary Clinton, the reason why this campaign has gotten so dirty is because there's not a dime's worth of difference between their opinions on things.
Obama's saying, the man I've known for 20 years, the man who married my wife and me, the man who baptized my child, the man whose church I attended for 20 years, I have never, ever, in the course of my visit to that church, ever heard any anti-American rhetoric. And I've never heard him say anything that's untoward. Oh, come on.
When announcing the 12 criminal counts, 8 of them against named Kilpatrick. This case is not just about sex or even lying about sex.
Radio talk show hosts find out fast what is riling people up and why when their switchboards light up. And the big hot button issue that we're hearing from a lot of them is still those sermons by Barack Obama's pastor. So joining me now, we've got 2 of the nation's top radio hosts. Michael Smerconish spoke to Obama himself recently about Reverend Wright. And Ed Schultz broadcasts from Fargo, North Dakota, and he's joining us as well. Welcome to you both. And Michael, let me start with you because I know you attended Obama's speech last week, and it's been over a week now. It's still a hot issue for your listeners. What kind of things are you hearing from him?
Well, Campbell, I walked out of that speech and the very next day went on my own program, and I labeled it stunning. I thought it was a tremendous set of remarks. I thought that it advanced the football relative to conversations that are long overdue about race. But that's a very tough sell with my audience based in Philadelphia. And continually, they asked what Hillary Clinton apparently said in Pittsburgh today, which is essentially, why didn't you get up out of that pew and walk out the door? I thought he answered that as best that he could have in the remarks. And then I pursued that matter further with him when I interviewed him a couple of days ago. Over time, the more that people watch the speech and not just the YouTube loop, I think the more votes and minds that he wins over.
Yeah, it takes some listening to. You really have to focus on it, is what you're saying. Ed, let me ask you, because Hillary took that shot at Obama today about Reverend Wright, as Michael just mentioned, and it didn't sit very well with your listeners, did it?
No, it didn't. And I think Democrats are getting pretty frustrated on our side of the dial with all of this dialogue. But as a talk show host, you got to talk about it. This story just keeps on giving to talk radio in America. This speech by Obama was given a week ago, thinking that he has put all this to rest, and now here it's regurgitated again by the competition. Hillary Clinton could have dodged that question and taken it to a higher ground. She knew exactly how the media was going to respond to this, and we'll be talking about this again for the next 48 hours. What is her agenda? It's to go to the low road, and I think people are getting turned off by it.
Michael, you are a conservative guy, and as you said, you were pretty impressed with the speech. But are you surprised, I guess, that your listeners are on a different page than you are, or seem to be?
Well, Campbell, I was there in person, and I read the transcript, and I've gone back and I've watched it entirely yet again. And I think that that's, not the norm. I think that most folks, they can't afford the investment of time that's required to go and watch the remarks in total. And consequently, they continue to see the loop. They continue to see those absolutely indefensible remarks from Reverend Wright, but without the benefit of the full explanation from the perspective of Barack Obama. So that's what he's up against, competing with a 10-second soundbite. And we do live in a soundbite mentality, in a soundbite world, versus a more lengthy explanation that I think is required. Frankly, I'm surprised at how many people over time are giving him the benefit of the doubt. I saw a CBS poll that said that 7 of 10 Americans are favorably impressed with what he had to say on the subject of race.
Let me ask you both this question. We're about a month away from the Pennsylvania primary. How is Obama, and this is something that's being talked about a lot on talk radio, on the blogs, how Obama is going to connect with sort of the non-latte drinkers is the line you often hear. What do you think, Ed?
Well, I think in the big context of this, Pennsylvania, obviously the next big showdown. Barack Obama is already cutting into that lead. His advertising is working in Pennsylvania. He's got a substantial lead in North Carolina. And no matter whether we want to talk on talk radio about the Reverend or what happened in Bosnia, the fact is this guy and his campaign have been able to laser focus on what the mission is, and that's to get the nomination. Hillary continues, and her camp continues, to bring up and regurgitate old talking points, to do anything they possibly can. They've moved the goalposts numerous times, as they have again. They're trying to sell the country now that if they don't count Michigan and Florida, there's no way the Democrats can win in November, which is absolute hogwash, and it talks the party down. What's the mission here? There is no model that the Clintons can parallel that will take them to the nomination. This has never been done before. And I think that Bill Richardson's endorsement is going to help a lot of other superdelegates come out and make the stand. Obama is out in front for a reason. He's staying on the high road, and over time, that's what people want.
Okay, Larry King Live is coming up in just a few minutes, and we want to check in with Larry and see who he has on tonight. Larry?
Hey, Campbell, it's the mean season. As we can tell, getting meaner by the minute, it seems. We're all over the campaigns tonight, who said what, and the reaction to it. Plus, Susie Orman is here on a day with grim money news. Housing prices are down more than 11% in early 2008. And still falling. Yikes. Politics, the economy, and you. Larry King Live at the top of the hour. Campbell, back to your war.
All right, Larry, appreciate it. Coming up, sex, lies, and politics. Politicians are letting it all hang out, but are we learning more than we ever wanted to know? We're going to be right back.